Okay, for this video we're going to go over how to build a dictionary in the Trimble Pathfinder Office suite. You should note somewhere on your machine there should be a shortcut either in your All Programs or on the desktop for the GPS Pathfinder Office. Okay, so the first thing to do is click that and open it. And we're not even at this point going to connect the GPS. I'll go over that in a separate tutorial. And then the first thing we want to make sure that we do is to put the files we're creating in a place we can actually write to, that we can find. So I would recommend hitting the Modify button. So your default project is going somewhere other than your documents, GNSS projects. And then you can hit Browse. And you can set it wherever you want, though I would recommend either putting the desktop works pretty well, or you can put it directly onto your C drive in a folder with your initials on it. So that would be Computer, Local Disk C, and then you can right click and go New, Folder, and in my case I'll do JC, and I'll hit OK. Okay, now you can see my project folder points to that, and I will hit OK again. It will say folder already exists. Do you want to continue? I will say yes. It says it will be changed, but files will not be moved from the original location. That's just fine. I'm going to hit OK. So now I'm set to put my files here on the main C drive. So go ahead and hit OK once you're there, and you'll get kind of this blank screen. What we want to use here is the Utilities and then Data Dictionary Editor. And what the Data Dictionary does is makes it so on the GPS we can see individual features that we've already predefined with, again, predefined attributes. So remember, features are a lump of things, right? So something like signs or trees or sidewalks or lawns or fields or anything like that where we can generalize something would be a feature. Each of those features has attributes. So a tree might have something like species. It may have, is it evergreen or deciduous? How healthy is it? How tall is it? Those are all attributes, kind of like your family. You're all, in my case, we're all Coopers, but we all have our own different attributes. We're all different sizes. We all have different colors of eyes. Those are our attributes. So make sure you keep that straight. Here in the Data Dictionary Editor, what I'll want to do is first of all give a name to the dictionary, which is, this is just for us, a test dictionary. Okay, and this should all be left as default. I'm going to hit a new feature. And since I just used trees, I'm going to use that. And a tree is a point. Make sure you decide up front if it's a point, line, or area. I can change any of the default settings here. I can also change the symbol to something other than the standard, and I would recommend doing that. Okay. Once I have the feature, I can come over here and hit New Attribute. And I can make a menu attribute, I can make a numeric, a text, a date, a time, so on and so forth. So let me give you an example of how you could do a numeric. So height, okay, height is numeric. We're not going to get that accurate, so I'm not going to leave decimal places. The minimum height would be, let's say, 1 foot. The maximum height would be, let's say 100 feet, and we'll put the default at 30 feet. You don't have to put a default, it can be useful. So I'm going to hit OK. So there's a numeric field that's now been created. And when I'm done, I can do something else. Let's say I want to do a menu. So species. And down here I will hit New. And in this case, I want things like evergreen. And then I will add it. And deciduous, and I will add it. Okay, and when I'm done, I'll close this dialog, and I will hit OK here. So now for tree, I have two different things. I could continue to add other attributes as I wanted. So then what I want to do is define another feature. So I'll click here, and let's say this time I'll do let's say paths. And paths should be a line. And I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to do a menu here for material. So let's hit new. It could be concrete. It could be soil. It could be asphalt. And it could also be something like other. Okay, so I've added those. I'm going to close that. Hit OK here. And close here. Okay, so now I've built two features, two different attributes. I can always come in here. I can edit attributes. I can edit features to make things how I want it. Once I'm done, make sure I do a save. I prefer a file save as. And I'm going to make sure this puts it somewhere where I can find it. I'm going to put it on my desktop, and there's my test dictionary DDF. So I'm going to hit save. So you can see now that I have the text dictionary on my desktop. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the editor at that point. And again, I can always come in, I can open it, I can change it, I can make it do what I want it to do. Alright, so I can close out of here, and this is what I'm going to upload onto my GPS for use when I'm collecting data. And for your assignment, I'll also want you to upload the dictionary that you create.